Nalini Sharma, our legal editor, was also with us. Nalini, talk to us a little about what else has the court says and what now, given that Kamal Haasan has said, I'm not apologizing, but what about the other, parts of the plea that spoke about, safety concerns, security concerns regarding the release of the film? Has that been addressed by the court?
So, Sneha, the counsel for Kamal Haasan has decided that at this moment he's not going to go ahead and push for any of the reliefs that were asked for him in his petition, essentially because he has agreed that at least for now, the film will not be released in Karnataka. It is only for now until the matter comes up for hearing. They've asked for an adjournment for a week's time to be able to have a conversation with the film board in Karnataka and to see whether there is some sort of a mutual agreement that can be reached between the parties to ensure that the movie is released in Karnataka. But the logic behind Kamal Haasan refusing to apologize in this case is that he says that his statement is being taken out of context. It was not intended in the way that is now being stated. And just to defend that, he should not be able to made to say something in the form of an apology, which also he does not mean. He essentially said that since there is no malice in this entire matter, which is why there should be no apology that should be issued, because his intention was not to hurt anybody's sentiments. So he's remained defiant about the fact that there will be no apology coming in for him, at least for now. They've asked for 1 week's time in which they've said they will not be pushing for anything. They will also not release the movie, at least now, for 1 week. They've asked for the matter to be adjourned to be able to talk to all the parties concerned, the stakeholders on the ground, the film board, to try and work out some workable solution between the parties so that it's a win-win for all. And now on the 10th of June is when all of these parties are going to come back to the High Court and see as to whether or not there is any way forward in terms of a mutual agreement. The court had remained very clear on the fact that until and unless Kamal Haasan agrees to apologize for the sentiments that he has hurt of the Karnataka people, there will be no option of allowing the movie or granting him security through state machinery in this matter. But despite that, he said that there will be no apology coming for him. He's already expressed his regret. He said that it pains him the way that the matter has come into light and how the turn that it has taken, but there will be no official unconditional apology issued by him. So now what remains to be seen is what happens on the 10th of June once all these discussions and dialogues between the parties have happened, and as to whether or not Kamal Haasan will be able to convince them to allow him to release his movie in the state of Karnataka or not.
All right, Nalini, be with us. I just want to also get an Anaga right here for more on what could be, Anaga, financial repercussions for this sort of a decision, given that Thug Life is a big film and the fact that in a big state like Karnataka, where there would be just so many takers for a movie like this, a lot of interest in Kamal Haasan's films in North India as well. But in Karnataka particularly, talk to us about, the financial losses that the filmmakers would be looking at, given this clash that we are seeing right now and the fact that it's not resolved.
Well, in fact, the Thug Life film is jointly produced by Raj Kamal International Films and Red Giant. So, Kamal Haasan is the producer of this film. So he, he will suffer huge financial losses, we believe, if the film does not release in Karnataka, given the fact that it's the second largest market for Tamil audience. First is Tamil Nadu, after that it's Karnataka. So if the movie does not get released in Karnataka, then there will be huge financial losses that distributors will face along with Kamal Haasan as well. In fact, Karnataka's distributor Venkatesh was also supposed to meet Kamal Haasan today. Mr. Haasan was in Dubai this week. We believe that he returned back to Chennai last night, and there was a meeting that was scheduled between distributor Venkatesh and Kamal Haasan this morning. Depending on Kamal's availability, that meeting was slotted, but we're still unsure what the outcome of that meeting is. Distributor Venkatesh's intention was to convince Kamal Haasan to come out and apologize for his statement. Well, now we have the answer. Kamal Haasan has refused to apologize as conveyed through his counsel in Karnataka High Court. Of course, the financial repercussions are going to be huge for Kamal Haasan, given the fact that he is the producer of this film. It's directed by Mani Ratnam, starring Trisha, Simbu, Kamal Haasan, Abhirami. The financial repercussions are going to be huge for Kamal Haasan and Red Giant Pictures, who have jointly produced this film. We need to wait and watch if at all a conclusion will be reached with both the Karnataka High Court and Kamal Haasan at loggerheads with each other. In fact, Mr. Haasan himself coming out and saying that if this is how things are, if you want my apology as a condition, then I will rather not release my movie in Karnataka, is the kind of messaging that's sent. We need to wait and watch if at all an answer will be found. Will they come to an agreement? Will Kamal Haasan come down, budge, and then apologize to crores of Kannadigas for the kind of statement that he made that has hurt the sentiments of several people. Whether it's factual or not, that's secondary. The fact that it's hurt the sentiments of crores of Kannadigas, there ought to be an apology, there ought to be regret, is what Judge Nagaprasanna also stated. So will Kamal apologize? That's a big question. But so far, we don't believe that Kamal Haasan is going to apologize, because he's made it very clear that he'd rather not release his movie in Karnataka than apologize for his statements.
All right, not going to be apologizing. There would be repercussions. As we know, the film will not be, in fact, released in the state of Karnataka. But this matter is going to be heard again on the 10th of June, is what Nalini is also, in fact, telling us. I'll go back to Anaga for more on that. So essentially, with this position that has been taken, that he isn't apologizing and let the movie not be released in Karnataka, what next on the 10th of June? Anaga.
Well, in fact, the matter will come up for hearing on the 10th of June. Kamal Haasan has time until then to apologize till 10th of June. If he fails to apologize, then, the matter might likely be adjourned again, or the film will just not get released. In fact, it's June 5 when Thug Life will hit the theatres worldwide. It will be released in every single theatre of Tamil Nadu and worldwide as well, except in Karnataka. Kamal Haasan has time till June 10th to apologize. That's when the matter will come up for a hearing again. Unless Kamal Haasan apologizes for his statements, Thug Life is unlikely to be released in Karnataka. Because remember, this has become an ego issue so far. With Kamal Haasan not willing to apologize for a statement and judge asking if it is his ego that's coming in the way, it's certainly taken an ugly turn, something very personal, something very ugly, with judge asking for Kamal's apology and Kamal making it clear through his counsel that I will only apologize if I've made a mistake. An apology should be there only when a statement stems from a place of malice and ill intentions. There was nothing from my side. I have only love for Karnataka.